What's going on, guys? It is your boy Sydney here with you, and it is a Thursday morning, and it is foggy and shit in Sydney. Let me give you a quick squeeze of this. Right? Not really the most ideal place to be going in clothes like this. Plus my high vis, of course. But whatever, that's fine. So what I wanted to chat to you guys about today, and I know I've done a few topics over the last couple of days that have been very interesting. One of them was a particular woman proposing a curfew in an opinion piece in the mainstream media, saying that men shouldn't be out after dark, and that would basically protect all women from all men. Right? And they said, well, you know, if men go out after dark, they'll be arrested and locked up. But if women go out after dark, they'll be raped or murdered. Like, it's 100% chance of being raped and murdered if you're a woman, you go out after dark. Right? It was just a completely inaccurate comparison. And I had a lot of comments overnight, and, you know, there's obviously, you know, it's interesting, right? Because there's obviously a lot of women out there, and not all of them are feminists, right? All of them, you know, have female nature at some level and in some way. Some of them are aware of it, some of them aren't. Some of them use that to manipulate, some of them find that unconscionable. So, you know, there's so many variables to consider when looking at the whole equation. Now, we talked in the comments last night, particularly on that curfew video, about how a lot of girls, how should I say, you know, a lot of girls, if that curfew were to come into place, there'd be a lot of women who would say, oh, you know, this is great, I can feel safe, and then they'd go out, and then there'd be no Uber drivers, there'd be no taxi drivers, there'd be no one to fix the roads at night, so it'd have to be done during the day, which of course would frustrate them because they'd be stuck in traffic. So there's so many things stupid and wrong with the curfew situation, right? And there would be a lot of women, I'd imagine, that would think a curfew for men was fucked because they want to meet men, they want to meet men, they want to go to their favorite restaurants where the men are chefs, they want to be served at the bar by cute men, they want to check out men as they're walking past, and they might even want to take one home. I mean, look, there's so many different reasons why a lot of women would like men out there, right? And it's just a couple of nasty feminists that have got their teeth into the mainstream media that are causing this mass indoctrination and these stupid articles to even see the light of day. And you know, I personally know a couple of women that are anti-feminist, right? I'm not saying they're unicorns, right? Don't get that confused, like women get intelligence and university degrees confused. Okay, don't get it confused. Right? I'm not conflating the two, and the two are not the same. But where was I going with that? Yeah, so you've got a lot of women who are anti-feminist because they see the damage that feminism is doing. Even some women that used to be feminists because they thought that feminism was about equality because that's what these toxic feminists told them. And they thought, equality for women? Yeah, of course I want women to be equal to men. I'm a feminist. Okay, cool, yep, I'm a feminist, no problem. And then, of course, when anyone would come along and say, I hate feminists, they'd be like, oh, so you hate women having rights? Oh, well, fuck you, you know, you're just a misogynist. And they fall into this trap of thinking that anyone who doesn't agree with feminism is against women and is against fairness and is against egalitarianism. All right? But that's clearly not the case. Egalitarianism is the only true doctrine of equality. It is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and equal opportunities, and I'm 100% for that. And that includes the right to decide if a child comes into this world, for argument's sake. I'm splitting it straight down the middle here, guys. If we want to talk about true egalitarianism. Right? You have the right to ask for a pay rise rather than complain about the fact that you don't get paid as much as your male colleague that does the same job who did ask for a pay rise. Now, if you actually go into any search engine, and I recommend duckduckgo.com, that's like duck as in quack, duckduckgo.com rather than google.com, and search, just do a quick search for the hashtag women against feminism. It's a very, very, very interesting thing. A very, very interesting thing to see all of the, because at one stage there was this hashtag and it went around and people were holding up signs saying I don't need feminism because of this, or I'm not a feminist because of that. Right? And the actual picture that I put up for my thumbnail today I thought was great, because it was basically saying I'm not a feminist because I'm not a complaining victim, which is essentially what modern day feminists are being. They're being victims, that they just complain all the time. Right? And look, you know, feminism and hypergamy are incompatible. It's just as simple as that, right? They're largely incompatible. Because yes, even women that are not feminists, even women that have been feminists and are no longer feminists, they can still be shallow, and quite often they are. You know, there are certain things that are biologically ingrained in the neurology of a woman that will make them want what they want. There's a saying that I once heard: it's the heart wants what the heart wants, and that's the same of both men and women and all living beings with emotions, I believe. Right? And women use makeup, they use gel inserts from their bra, as Taz just pointed out. They use high heels. They use fake eyelashes. They use hair extensions. They use all of these things to get what they want, to serve their hypergamous desires. And that's fine, like, I get it, you know, and that's female nature, and it's totally fine, right? Mr. Lifeline Solutions says, I hope MGTOW doesn't regress into being anti-woman. That's just sad and pathetic. Look, Mr. Lifeline Solutions, if you've been watching my channel for long enough, you'll know that I'm definitely not anti-women, but I am anti-gynocentrism. I am pro-egalitarianism. I am anti-feminist, because feminism is not about equality for both men and women. Right? Oh, guys, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Look at this ute in front. Can you see that? Go your own way. This is sensational. Go your own way. How fitting for a live MGTOW video to have that on there. And that ute has just given great advice to all of you men to go your own way and look after yourselves and prioritize yourselves. Prioritize what makes you happy. They're prioritizing what makes them happy, and that's cool, that's fine. They're totally entitled to do so, and I believe in their right to do so. But it's also your right to prioritize what makes you happy, which is your own time, right? Which is your own health, which is your own money, All of these things you should be prioritizing, because without those things, you will lose the essence of who you are as a man. And never underestimate that essence. Even if you're going through a tough time right now, even if you're struggling with something, look, there's multiple reasons why you might be doing it tough, but that doesn't mean that you have to give up. It doesn't mean that you have to lay down and die. It does not mean that you have to forfeit yourself, your own self-sovereignty, your own self-care, your own health, your own happiness, your own money, and your own time to somebody else, right? And I implore you guys to really take that on board and really realize how critical these things are to a man, right? Women have learned. Here we go. I'm just gonna go back to this. Get back to this ute for a sec because it's just too good. Here we go. Go your own way. And there's unfortunately the courts enable the perjury of women to lie about men. Now, women have learned since a very young age that they can lie about things, and those things will be taken as fact or as gospel, right? And even like my cousin, she's obviously older and she's a really nice chick now. She's very, very down to earth. As far as women go. And even as a kid, right? Because my auntie, they lived on a farm and they had like a walk-in freezer. And my cousin spilt water all over the floor of the walk-in freezer. And instead of taking responsibility for it, she blamed it on her brothers. And she thought it was hilarious. And they got in trouble for it too, by the way. Right? Because women are the sugar and spice, right? And then, then things turn around. You get 20 years down the track. You're now 25 instead of 5. 35 instead of 15. And you're playing the same patterns. Because if you blame someone else for what you did, then you can get out of taking responsibility and being held accountable for it. And you'll no longer be in trouble for that thing which you did wrong. And to any parents out there, any of you guys who are watching this who are parents, any women watching this who are parents, never, ever, ever, ever blindly accept the word of your daughter when she says she didn't do something, especially if she's not really emphatic about it. I mean, if she's really upset about being blamed for it, be like, yeah, I'm sorry. If there's any evidence, even a scrap of evidence to suggest that she may be culpable, investigate it. And just say, look, I know you before we even go ahead and prosecute for them. Might even give them a bit of self-reflection from time to time. Maybe. So, hang on a sec. I just had to get ahead of those cars. So unfortunately, the lack of accountability in the modern woman is astounding. And I actually have a number of female followers. Probably almost 5% of my followers, and I'm on 3,700 now, are female. And yet I don't get any guideline strikes. I don't get any complaints. I might get the occasional person disagree with me on a point. But all in all, it seems like women are actually waking up to what frustrates men about them and why we're saying no. And And if them knowing that can actually help them to become better partners for men, then that's a great thing. Right? And in turn, obviously, if they're good partners to men, then men are going to want to be good partners to them. It's just that simple. And they just haven't worked it out yet. Like literally, if a dude's got a really top chick, right? Top chick, they gel with them, they vibe with them. You know, and they're, you know, the chick's got common sense and she reflects on things to see, was that my fault? Was that someone else's fault? And if it was my fault, what am I going to do to take responsibility for it? Hell yeah. We're not gonna mess up on that chick, right? I mean, if you're withholding sex or we're not sexually attracted to you because of physical reasons, then, well, okay, we're not going to have sex with you, and that may result in us wanting to have sex with someone else, and that may in some cases result in us actually having sex with someone else, right? But if you're a really good chick, it's very, very hard for us to go and do that, right? Because we feel guilty. I'm just saying, right? Who is Triple H? Paul Slack. So sorry to double up on him, man. I'm gonna go in a second. But tantrums and crocodile tears are two huge things that women use to get their way. We've seen it recently in Parliament with Sarah Hanson-Young. Even Cory Bernardi, who's the leader of the Australian Conservatives, has come and said that he often hears Sarah Hanson-Young say nasty and inflammatory things. All right, and then when she gets called out on it, she denies that she denies that it's been said, and then plays the victim, and then starts crying, or, you know, calls for, you know, people to rally against misogyny. All right, so this is what I'm saying. By the way, guys, it's good to see you. Got Hacksack EV, Thomas, Global Man, Taz, Ken, Chronicles, First Responder, Aviator. Man, there's too many. Nelson, Mr. Liveline Solutions, whatever might work. There's too many of you in here to list, and I'm sorry I missed out on any of you. Mr. T and Paul Slack as well. So yeah, look, it really is a sad case, sad state of affairs that we're living in now. It's until the media changes to start to show that men are actually valuable in society and men are important, and that, you know, women need to respect men's contributions, which I don't see happening anytime in the next 30 years, to be honest with you. We're going to still keep having these generations and generations of indoctrinated kids. So it's a nasty game out there, but men, you know how to play it. Go MGTOW, and respect yourselves before anyone else. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, guys, including you, Ralph Wiggum and Mad MGTOW, it's good to see you all. Thank you for joining in for the Red Pills. I'd better do my zipper up before I go into work. Halfway, hang on. Yeah, I don't really like hanging out there. What? They took down Undead Chronic? What the fuck? Oh, man. That is some serious bullshit. Some serious bullshit. Alright, guys, including you, MGTOW Wolf and Craig, that I just saw now in the box. Look, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope this has given you guys some food for thought. Appreciate the donation, RM. Thank you so kindly. I really, really appreciate that. RMPA says women should take responsibility. I agree with you, RMPA. I 100% agree with you. No question. That is just some serious truth right there. Responsibility and accountability are the two key things that men do that women overwhelmingly don't. So yeah, that was, nailed that point on the head there, RMPA. Alright, guys, I'm gonna bounce for now. But if you want to donate to me like RMPA just generously did, feel free to do so anytime in the super chat, and also patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW. If you can spare $1 or $2 a month, that'd be great. But other than that, I'm gonna bounce for now. Gonna go and start working, make shit happen, because I have the penis. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.